Yu-Gi-Oh! Hungry 7 Heritage Episode 11! So now we've been properly introduced into our bad guys, and the bad guys are about to be arrested by the interdimensional police. Wouldn't it be funny if they just got arrested and we just cut in, they're walking away in handcuffs, and that's the end? They arrested before the good guys even had to get involved. The end! But that means an Arc Hyper Legendary is in prison. Well, that does mean it would be easier to get, though, than having to duel for it. Hello, officer, can I have that legendary card of Ancient Destruction? What? Look, can I have the Red Nova Dragon? Okay, here. Done. The most anticlimactic arc ever. But yeah, it's not, as good. So yeah. Anyway, what will be in this episode? I'm sure it'll be good stuff, no doubt. Gary always delivers on that stuff. Yeah, it doesn't matter. What if they have Chinese subtitles? I hope not. I don't know, I just see that, I just assume. Ah, whatever, as long as the subtitles are in English, that's what matters, right, though? At least for the English version. Love these little shove with the marks and all that stuff, differentiating the 3 dimensions and stuff like that. David's still in the intro, even though all he did was die. Oops. Birds flying through the air as Gary walks to the lonely road, the only road that he has ever known. His shadow is the only thing that walks beside him. Ah, dang, I put in episode 8 again by accident. I gotta stop doing that. Where is he going? Oh. Back to where Esco died. Bring back everyone except Lister. Fuck Lister. I'll hold on to this acorn to remember you. I can just bring a bird back to life. Deal with it. Now for him to go Super Saiyan and go up against Cooler. Oh wait, wrong series. Sorry. Go, Toriyama, and teach a dinosaur to ride a ball. You're gonna be so lost in this reference. Oh, hello, Bella. It's the first time they met and it took them 11 episodes. Well, they might have met in like real time in between, but you know. That'll do it.
Mi áradban erre? Hozzád jöttem. Hozzám? Mégis miért? Szeretném látni, mit takargatsz a jobb karodon. Semmi különösebb.
It's my meth collection, you can't see it.
Nevetségesen rosszul hazudsz. Nem akarok rosszat, Gary. Tudom, hogy téged is megöl a kíváncsiság, hogy mi történhet veled minden egyes hiperszinkroidézésnél.
Well, you see, every time I hypersynchro summon, I hypersynchro summon.
És rájöttünk egy-két dologra. A véredben jelen van a sárkány energiája. Ezt kellene valahogy megtanulnod irányítani, és akkor nem járnál a lehívásakor.
So his blood contains the dragon's energy. Alright.
Ezt nem értem.
That's cool. It's so cold out he's wearing double jackets. Dang. I've had those days. They suck. Everyone begging for the cold weather until the cold weather shows up, then they want it to be hot again, until the hot weather shows up, and then they beg for the cold, and so on. Alright, fine, I'm ashy, I admit it.
A véreled még nem jött rendesen a felszínre. Ez azért van, mert a kvazárt eddig csak vészhelyzetekben használtad, és nem koncentráltál rá megfelelően. Párbajozni fogunk, és megtanítom, hogyan használd ezt az erőt, amit örököltél.
How would you know all this?
Ha jól sejtem, elég komoly céljaid lettek az eszpagó elleni harcban.
Like her has-been hotel shirt.
Közelebb segítelek hozzájuk. És hidd el, Eszpagónál sokkal nagyobb fenyegetések is érhetnek az örökséged. Inkább szállj szembe velük, egy jól képzett örökösként, mint egy szerencsehajkurászó gyerek.
Meglep, hogy bármilyen előjel nélkül kerestél meg, és
Sorry, they're gonna ADR my lines. Ah well, stuff happens. Wind. Then this turned into an episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Super.
Választ kapok a kérdéseimre, akkor nem zárkózom el tőle, viszont előre szólok, hogy a kvázár ereje emberfeletti.
Remélem felkészültél, hogy mivel fogsz szembeszállni.
This lip syncing match pretty
Ó,
well.
engem nem kell félteni. A párbajban nagy megterhelésnek foglak kitenni, és lehet néha csúnyán fogok hozzád.
My language may interrupt your comfort
De ne
zone.
felejtsd.
Fuck you! You suck!
Koncentrálj, Geri.
Just start speaking French. I guess it does make a bit of sense that Bella would know about it, and the sheer fact of like her family's been scared of the dragon's power for generations. If you're scared of something, you have to know something about it. Well, actually, fear of the unknown is a thing, but still, they knew a thing or two, so they might know a thing or two about the inheritor's sign, I guess. A bit more explanation on Bella would have been nice, though. Oh well. What could have been?
Miért olyan biztosak ebben? Kedvem támadt egy kis szórakozáshoz. Az ilyen segnyalókat mindig is szól.
Dick munches.
Párbajhoz.
What kind of word is that?
Neked nincs jogod párbajra hívni minket.
Ó, ugyan ne nevettes már! Kényszerpárbaj 2 a 2
No doubt that was a Malek improvisation, but still.
Csak néha megszálljuk kölyök. Nem méltóak rá, hogy használjuk ellenük.
That's pretty cool. A ring that can differentiate dual discs. Show off a lot of different styles. Just kind of neat, honestly. And then they go with the one that the only ones that have toys made of them. Man, imagine we broke out a DSOD dual disc.
Pihenj le addig.
I know why they didn't, but still, like, man. It's still a cool introduction, just like the idea of a dual wheel or something like that. That's kind of what I wish they had done in Vrains instead of just like it's all a hologram and stuff.
Fire Princess!
Except for Yusaku. Yusaku's the one with the traditional dual disc.
Életponthoz jutunk. Ti sebződni fogtok.
I think I has one too, to be fair.
Mégis miféle feltételez?
Igen, csak fájdalmas lesz, mivel van nála egy.
Spell absorption. Valahányszor
You cut me off, bro.
kártyát, mi kapunk 500 életpontot.
Újabb 2 varázs.
That's a problem. I have a lot of spell cards in my hand.
Nightmare és Child's Play.
Ugh.
Amiatt a Spell Absorption adni fog nekünk 1000 életpontot 2 részletben. Amiatt a Fire Princess 500-500 életpontot fog elvenni tőletek. És mivel a Dark Room of Nightmare is a pályán van, 2x300-at is sebződtök pluszba.
Thrilling.
Végezetül, hogy ne maradjon ki ez az utolsó árva kártya se a kezemből, aktiválom ezt is.
You have more spellcasters?
2000 életpontunktól szabadulok meg, de így a Fire Princess szintjével, elemével és típusával egyező szörnyeket idézhetek meg a pakliból. Jelenj meg Solar Flare Dragon és Fire Flame Ignite!
Those aren't spellcasters.
Miatt kapunk, emiatt
Oh well, they're still fire type level 4s.
800 életpont veszteséget fog jelenteni.
Ez különösen szép játék volt, George.
Egyértelmű, mivel én csináltam. És hogyha ez még nem lenne elég, a Solar Flare Dragon a kör végén 500-at sebez belétek.
So far as an old
Ami a
annoying
Dark
card from
Nightmare
back in the day,
miatt
just because you could get a solar flare infinite loop like the Marauding Captain one. And he just constantly burning you every end phase. It's power up to hell and back again, but,
Nem számít a
you know, back in the day.
Kevés lesz az ellenünk. Használom a kezemben levő DD Sword.
Oh, he's got DDs. Oh boy. He's not using D-Human, so that one guy from Yu-Gi-Oh! Academia is very annoyed.
DDD Oracle King D-Arc.
That's a good counter to the burn strategy.
Eldobom a kezemből lefekve.
And it's now pointless.
Megállom a fúziót.
But it's not even your turn! It's both of our turns. Our turn, comrade.
Forbidden Dark Contract with the Swamp King. Ezzel speciálisan megidézhetek egy DDD szörnyet.
That's another spell activated.
Jelenj meg! DDD Supreme King Kaiser.
Nice.
Mivel varázslap aktiválódott, működésbe lép a Spell Absorption képességei.
I give points to
Valamint
Gary
mivel
for
két
filming in two
szörnyet
different
is idéztetek,
locations, but
a
still,
Child's Play miatt kapunk 600
you know,
életpontot,
putting them together into
amiatt
one
a
duel. And they
Fire
had the portal
Princess
thing up, so it
további
makes
1000
enough sense.
életpontot
Even
fog
GX did
elvenni
this sort of thing once. It was not unheard of in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Community.
Nem számoltam.
Yeah, and DD's kind of
De ne aggódj.
DD's kind of focused on the whole spell card thing. They have spell cards and monster cards to do their main thing. The traps are kind of just there.
Mivel ő egy tuner, így összehangolom Kaiserrel. Szinkroidézés. Jelenj
Ooh,
meg
nice.
DDD Ghost High King Alexander. A további metódusokra is képes lennék, de a Burn-Nature miatt most így tudjuk vezetni. Átadom.
Akkor én jönnék.
Nagyon hálás vagyok, hogy szörnyeket hoztatok az extra pakliból.
Oh?
Így lehetőséget adtatok nekem, hogy lehozzam a kedvenc Shadow lényemet. Aktiválom.
He's gonna go into construct?
A fúziós anyagokat a pakliból is választhatom. Összeolvasztom a kezemben lévő Shadow Dragon.
Ah, because he got much of the extra deck, the Shadow Fusion could be activated using the deck. And he's going into construct. Great.
Shadow Construct.
Oh boy.
Aktiválom a képességét. Kidobom a pakliból Shadow Core-t, és így visszavertem a Shadow Fusion.
And negate again.
Voltam a fúziós lények képességével. Ezért is negáltam le.
Bitch.
Most jöjjön az első csatafázis. Constructtal megtámadom a DR-kodat, ami így elpusztul a képessége.
It's destroyed without damage calculation.
Szetelek egy szörnyet és egy varázspegyet. Majd a Solar Flare Dragon. Sebeznek nek 500-at.
Egyetlen lehetőség maradt ezt az állást meg.
Pendulum scale setting.
A play miatt a pirocsávó szörnyei nem pusztulnak csatában. A konstruktot meg nem éri meg megtámadni specidézett szörnyel.
Time to kaiju.
Nálom, Dan, nem maradt más megoldás.
I surrender.
Ne csináld ezt negatívan. Hisz ez az első köröd. Most komolyan eddig bírtad?
Ezzel a kézzel más értelmes dolgot nem tudok kihozni. Ha legyünk,
Screw it, I do what I want.
el lesznek zárva, nem fog kiszivárogni.
Someone's gonna upload this to the internet or something.
Námra helyezem Xiangsheng és Xiangsheng.
Oh boy. Oh, that's right, I forgot to mention. The fifth slim mechanic Gary was talking about. When it said in the fight mechanic statement, Ritual, Fusion, Xyz, Synchro. Pendulum is the fifth.
Szabályosak egyáltalán?
There's no links in this. Even I, the Ritual Defender, forgot about Ritual Summoning. Would have been funny though if it counts the fifth summoning mechanic, Gemini Summoning. But no one counts that.
Szörny segítségével bármennyi szörnyet idézhetek meg a kezemből 4-estől 7-es szintig.
Pendulum Daisy.
Idézés. Jelenj meg Performapal Unit, Performapal Bowhopper és Odd Dice, Pendulum Dragon.
Someone's annoyed.
4-es szintű szörnyet
Just mad because you can't spam like me.
Felsőbbrendű idézés. Jelenj meg Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon.
I like this guy. He Xyz summons.
A két pendulum szörnyem pendulum képességeinek hála az Xyz Dragon rankja szintén alakul.
Yeah, thank you for just skipping to it.
És most Odd Dice
I don't want to see the animation constantly.
Rebellion Xyz Dragon összefordítom. Felsőbbrendű idézés. Jelenj meg!
Oh shit, it's Ghost Rare! No! That means it destroys every card on the field and in the hand! Dude, imagine.
Rohadt senki házik! Undorító saját készítésű csalókártyákkal aztán tudtok arcoskodni, mi? Kurvára nem értek semmit! Párbajrendszer engedélyezte a
It's not cheating if it's allowed.
Szóval a pendulum tényleg létezik.
I may burn the world down and killed my friend who happened to be female, but you made a card I'm not familiar with. You cheater! You disgust me to my core! Bye, Reckless. I guess it resolved.
Így a Raging Dragon mindegyik után kapni fog 200 extra támadót.
Oh, this is not like, what was that mysterious spaced out card? No, we don't.
Azt higgyétek, hogy a sárkányomat zavarja, hogy ketten vagytok. Ha felsőrendű szörnyből lett megidézve,
Time to get overkilling.
akkor kétszer támadhat. Raging Dragon, menj!
George's down. Here, let me help you up, buddy, so you can get knocked down again. Okay, so they just did both attacks in one shot. All right.
Ebből a helyzetből nem hinném, hogy kimásznak.
They still have over 10,000 life points.
Nem húzhatsz. De remélem tudod.
And so Rico did activate the trap card, and now George can't draw due to the backlash of Reckless Greed. He was just holding on to that in his hand, I guess just in case. Still better than Zelo. I have Graceful Charity in my hand the entire duel. I will never activate Graceful Charity. Why even have it at that point? Just to piss us off?
Ő neki egy eléggé különleges.
It's a coin flip to do burn damage.
Rádobunk egy érmét, és hogyha helyesen tippelem meg, hogy mi az, akkor belépek sebez egy 1000-est.
Sorry, that's a your dimension coin. That doesn't apply here in this dimension.
Még a szerencse is mellé.
Okay, so it's heads.
Már csak a szerencsére támaszkodhattok. De hiába, ha az én körömbe végetek lesz.
Okay, I will.
Időt speciálisan egy 1500-nál alacsonyabb lény a pályára. Így aktiválhatom az Inferno.
I'm pretty sure the screws are the chain in order, but screw it.
Két Abareus ionit a pakliból.
I have more bulls. Look at all the bull crap you could deal with.
Hogy a szörnyeitekből csak egy van. Ezért nem fogjátok. Red rezonátort összehangolom.
Imagine if he did summon more odd eyes or something. Sadly, they only got extra deck monsters, so they can't do that.
Jelenj meg! Red Rising Dragon!
Az ő képességével visszahívhatom speciálisan Red rezonátort a temetőből.
Guess what I'm gonna do? The same thing I just did again.
Még egy Red Rising Dragon.
Guess what I'm gonna do? The same thing I just did again. If you say Red Rising Dragon gets a hard once per turn, shut up.
A Red rezonátort az egy
Guess what I'm gonna do? The same thing I just did again.
Szinkroidézés! Jelenj meg! Starlight Red Dragon Archery!
Oh, he's gonna Ghost Sphere too. That means it destroys all the cards on the field and in the hand.
Hogy elpusztítja
I only have one joker and I'm gonna spam it into the
amely
ground.
azonos vagy kevesebb támadópontú, mint az övé.
Well, equal or weaker, apparently.
És mindegyik után sebződtök 500 életpontot.
Let it be known, the burn player who wants to burn all dimensions to the ground called bullshit on a pendulum mechanic. I just want that to be remembered.
Baszki! Nem adt elég életpontunk.
Oh, time to rage quit!
Már ne haragudjatok a kifejezését, de ezt beszoptátok.
Átadom a kört.
Hey, Ubik.
Számító mocskok.
And 2000 burn the standby phase. Didn't have a way to stop it.
Imádom a Burnwind.
But those pendulum cards are complete utter bullshit, I'll tell you what.
Látjátok, hiába arcoskodtatok nekünk az ismeretlen metódusaitokkal. A nyomunkba se jár.
You burned repeatedly. And he called that a skill win.
Cinkosai vagytok annak a bűnözőnek, aki sérüléseket okozott a dimenziókban. Mind velünk jöttök. Seregtel a kortál.
George is the kind of guy to chop someone's leg off and then say it was a skill issue that they couldn't win a marathon. Hi, I'm here now. Oh great, there's more of them. Look, they're photocopying it everywhere. We're being surrounded by Microsoft Paint copy-paste. It works. It gets the point across.
3-ra. 1. 2.
Me?
3.
Your pendulums are bullshit! Yeah, needless to say, George has way better control over his Red Nova than Gary does his Quasar.
Szervezet, ami ellen még csak védekezni se tudunk. És van rosszabb is. Nem csak az adatbázisunk sérült,
All in one go.
nyitunkat is.
On top of all that, I'm still salty over the loss.
Van egy régebbi prototípus nálam, amivel lassabban, de jelet tudunk küldeni a bázisra. Ezek közveszélyesek.
Worse still, I can't even text it out the normal way and go right to the letters. I gotta do 111444, so on and so forth. But now back to the Gary side of the story.
Mivel kikeresem a pakliból a rituál century-t, amit aktiválok is, eldobok egy varázslapot, cserébe viszont felveszem a machine engine-t. Aktiválom a preparation of flight-ot, amivel kezembe veszem Bentet. Normál idézem Cyber
Well, at least she reached for her deck.
mivel kézbe veszünk. Aktiválom a machine engine rituált, és felveszem
Sometimes just like, I activate this card, which has to be search. I will not even make the motion to search.
Cyber
Ah well. I mean, it doesn't really matter, just one of those, I appreciate the extra detail.
Cyber archetypust használsz.
Hidd el, ez most más lesz, mint Koripokria.
I'm using the OCG art.
Ezért a képességével kézbe veszem Natasát, ideten pedig, amikor megidéződik, visszaadja a kezembe a Machine Engine rituált. Ezt újra aktiválom, és felhasználom a kezemben lévő ideten, hogy megidézzem Natasát végezni. És mivel idetent használtam föl, ezért minden rituális lényem kap 1000 támadó és üveg. Végül pedig használom Natasha képességét, és ideten támadó pontjainak a felével megemelem az életpontjaimat.
Not a bad start. Remember, we're just doing this to test, so basically this is a casual duel. I banish Cyber Ranger Witch to protect them all.
Kivonom a szememből a HNGRY rituált, így a tündérszörnyeim nem pusztulnak el.
Well, at least you got that out of the grave.
Így speciálisan megidézhetem.
It's out of the way now.
Szinkront. Majd aktiválok egy tuningot. Kézbe veszem a pakliból Quick Draw szinkront, és ledobom a paklim felső lapján. Kidobom a kezemből Clipboard Hedgehogot, így speciálisan megidézhetem Quick Draw szinkront.
What do you mean you didn't mill it off of tuning?
Tuner lény a pályán, így Clipboard Hedgehog visszajön a temetőből. És most
Oh, we should have started with quick draw. It's essentially close enough.
összehangolom!
Synchro Daisy. I expected.
Nitro-Warrior.
I have expected Junk Warrior, to be honest. Not Junk Warrior, Junk Archer. I got mixed up. Or Junk Berserker.
Így kézbe veszem a pakliból Chunk szinkront.
Now this could go to Junk Warrior, though. Alright.
Képességével feléleszti maga mellé a lemillel.
Ah, it was Doppel Warrior, too. But I mean, if it ain't Quillbolt, it's Doppel Warrior.
TG Hyper Librarian.
Hey, you know, whatever helped the script work so we can make the duel as good as possible, right? At the end of the day, this is for entertainment, and as long as you're entertained, that's the point.
Fordula szinkron, és a két szinkron lények képességével.
Now it's time.
És most Formula szinkron, TG Hyper Librarian, és ott
Okay, one more first.
összehangolom!
Szinkroidétől. Jelenj meg. Stardust Dragon.
Aranyos kis paklid van. Már
Or that would have been a
rég
level 14. This doesn't exist. I'm always overcounting.
Aktiválom a Pot of Everite. Formula szinkronon kívül visszakeverem az összes szörnyemet a pakliból, hogy húzzak kettőt. És most kezdődjön a csatafázis. Nitro Warriorral rátámadok Natasára, és mivel ebben a körben használtam varázslapot, amíg ő a pályán volt, Izánát is támadó állásba fordítja, és ő rá is rá tud támadni.
Nice.
Natasha az összes rituális szörnyem ellen indított támadásodat megállja.
Damn it! That was a good plan, too.
Csőre támadok.
Nectar Warrior has such a situational effect with that switching position thing, but it comes off, whenever it comes up, it's like, oh, I got you now.
Remélem nem fogod vissza magad szándékosan.
Especially funny against super heavy samurais. I'll switch you to attack mode. I have, like, no attack points.
Majd megidézem.
At least nothing to write home about in terms of attack mode.
Kézbe
Points.
veszek egy majd használom a futókútáját, és húzok.
Oh, come on.
Aktiválom a Merciful
Ooh.
Feláldozom a
I don't like that card just because it felt like it should have been their own, like,
majd
I thought it was going to be like their own, cards of continents, but it's like, no, draw 2 cards and then basically put them back.
újra használom Natasha képességét, és megkapom ideten támadó pontjainak felét életpontjait. Majd pedig
It's like, it's a -1 when it could have at least been a break even.
és felhasználom Natashát. Rituálülézés, jelenj meg, Cyber Ranger,
Oh boy.
aktiválódik ideten és Dakini.
You must send a card to the graveyard.
Ideten miatt Dakini kap 1000 támadó.
And Stardust can't negate this.
Dakini miatt
Because it's you choosing to send the card. There's no destruction involved.
Stardustot küldöm a temetőbe.
Sacrifice Stardust. What's the weaker monster in terms of attack?
Natasha képességét. Benten van is olva, megidézem őt újra, és elveszem a Nitro Warrior.
Da.
Újra használom Natasha másik képességét.
Milyen hasznos
I'll say.
Csatafázis, támadjatok!
Aktiválom a Reject
Ooh.
Reward.
Visszaidézem a temetőből.
Ah, he can use this to his advantage.
Látom, neked is vannak kibúvóid bőven. Te jössz?
Yeah, because Reject Reborn also ends the battle phase.
Szinkront és Stardust Dragon. Összehangolom!
Szinkroidétől. Jelenj meg, Satellite Warrior.
Alright.
Képességével elpusztítom a Nitro Warrioromat és Dakinit. És most
We're popping off now.
Petit Angel.
F this angel.
Melyik szörnyet kerestem ki?
Oh, come on!
Képességével visszahívhatom a temetőből Stardust Dragont és Formula szinkront.
I'll freaking do it again.
Én jövök. A mezőn
Could have gone to Satellite Warrior there, but eh.
keresek egy másik Ranger rituált. Újra
At this point, it's a numbers game.
képességét, hogy megidézzem Cyber Petit Angel, akivel kikeresem Izanot. Natasha képessége újra aktiválódik. Aktiválom a Machine Angel rituált, és feláldozom a kezemben lévő Freját, valamint a pályára.
Bella's actually doing really well here. Then again, she always does well. Even if she hasn't been Corey, she always gave him a run for his money. And she's doing the same with Gary here. It proves that she can keep up, even though she may not ever like overtake them.
Aktiválom formula szinkron képességét, ráhangolom Stardust Dragonra, és így megidézem Stardust Warrior.
There we go. That's why he was waiting.
Natasha így is megidéződik, és megemeli az életet.
Ha nem kezdek valamit gyorsan, azzal a lényel nagy...
If only I had a Starlight Junction effect.
Én jövök. Stardust Warriorral leütöm a Cyber Angel.
This duel might as well be Gary versus Cyber Petite Angel.
Végezetül szetelek egy lapot, és te jössz.
Kezdesz kifogyni az ötletekből? Ne okozz csalódást, Geri. A mezővarázslapommal újra kezembe veszem a versenyt.
Gary needs to draw into like an MST or something at this point.
Aktiválom a másik
Good thing she doesn't play Child's Play.
Cyber és feláldozom őket.
And she does hasn't drawn it yet.
Jelenj meg, Cyber Angel!
Oh no, this is the true boss monster, Cyber Angels. I mean, Dakini is too, but my childhood brain thinks highest stats, highest level, must be the boss.
Képességével megidézhetem Jet Warriort, akinek a képességével visszaküldhetem Vrest a kezedbe.
Ez esetben feláldozom rá, hogy aktiválhassam a magnetic
Oh.
Így Natasha támadó pontjait megnevelem 2000-rel, és egy Monster Reborn-nal.
Ah, come on!
Csata! Natasha, űzd le a Jet Warrior!
How am I gonna summon my Arc Legendary if you're constantly blowing my field up?
Közvetlen támadás!
I know I gotta earn and all that stuff, but still.
Aktiválhatom Junk Defender képességét. Megidézem a pályára.
Nem baj, akkor a Junk Defender.
I like how it looked like it hit first and then the Drunk Defender was summoned. I think that's what happened actually. Like, he got hit directly, then he blocked the second attack.
Dust Flash, amivel újra megidézhetem a
He's just like, Drunk Defender!
Pályán egy Stardust típusú szörnyem. Aktiválom a másik lapomat is. Shooting Star. Ezzel leszedem a lefordított lapodat.
Nice combo. Oh, come on! You targeted the wrong card, Gary.
Megidézhetnék egy szörnyet az extra paktimból, ami a Cyber Blader.
Sure, why not? She could be here too.
Vannak szörnyek a pályán. Így csatában nem pusztíthatod el.
Micsoda? Egy fúziós szörny? Cory csak a rituál szörnyeidet emlegette. Ez mióta?
Yeah, we haven't seen any of the materials, so she only said that was
Előztem túl sokat. És mivel gyors győzelemre játszik, nem is látok tőlem.
fair enough.
Ne a szörnyeimen csodálkozz, hanem végre hívd már le azt a sárkányt. Nem az időt húzni jöttem.
Hey, I mean, y'all's gonna have something to keep your opponent on their feet, right? If they start to realize, if they start to predict your strategies, you gotta make a new one.
És mivel a temetőből visszaszörnyet lejön, Doppel Warrior. Mivel van szinkron lény a térféren, úgy megidézhetem a kezemből szinkron magnetet, akit összehangolok Doppel Warriorral.
Hi.
Doppel Warrior
He put this back with Pot of Avarice.
amelyeket összehangolok Junk Synchronal, és megidézem Junk Warrior. A Hyper ilyen képességével pedig húzhatok egy lapot.
Now it's time. He went from an empty board to a full field of a hyper legendary. Oh boy. Here we go. I'll never forget this scene. It's burned into my brain.
The best Synchron Dating! Jelenj meg! Shooting Quasar Dragon!
Oh, I destroyed the dimensions again. Well, I summoned it for a second there, but now my arm's all dusty again. That was a glorious summon animation too. It's kind of a bit of a shame that I love the music in the background and stuff like that, but I do just feel like if only it was like the piano piece or something like that for that. But then we play that piano so much that maybe it's better it was an action music thing just to differentiate the two and all that stuff. Still a glorious thing of all the plants blossoming to full power and the entire forest being reborn with the power and all that jazz.
Kutatásaink szerint minden besti örökösnek van egy ilyen vérjele, ami most jött nálad felszínre. Nézd meg, milyen gyönyörű tavasz varázsoltál egyetlen kézmozdulattal.
De... ezt mégis hogyan? Mindegy is.
Maybe it's that giant scar on your arm.
Ha tudod, hogy mindennek...
It's weird how it, like, only appears when hypersynchro summoning, though, and then
Tudhatod, hogy a
turns into a
többi
black
örökös
mark
férjele
again.
Milyen szinten áll a tiédhez képest? Hogyha arra kerülne a sor, hogy megküzd velük, akkor inkább légy felkészült és erős. Mert ha a gonoszabbik örökös végez veled, búcsút mondhatunk az emberiségnek.
No pressure.
Tudós állítása szerint a másik sárkány örökösének kegyetlen pusztító ereje lehet. Mit érek a teremtéssel ellene?
A többi örökösről nincsenek pontos információink. Na de Geri, gondolkozz már! Hogyha a másik örökös pusztítani fog,
I mean, that is what happened in ancient times. Before creation comes destruction, so destroyer destroys and then creation rebuilds.
És egyszerűen nem tudom megérteni, hogy te honnan tudsz ennyi mindent? Mindegy.
No, I would still like an explanation.
Ennyi információ van a birtokodban. Akkor azt is meg tudod mondani, hogy hogy
I was kind of hoping we could animation. It's like, it doesn't matter. It does a little. Yeah, maybe Gary will clear something up in the comments.
És végül úgyis célba érsz.
It's kind of a missed opportunity that Corey and Bella didn't get a bit more screen time, and just in the sheer fact of, like, they've got their own interesting stories going on in their past and their history and all that stuff. And granted, we do see more of Corey's past with his father and stuff in this, but just feels like, man, there was some stuff left on the table here. Ah, well. Maybe there's gonna be, like, one more movie that they would have explained more with, but eh. The main series may be like Gary, Corey, Ura, and all that stuff. I could still consider Bella to be one of the main cast, even if she's more of a side character. Easily the best girl in the Heritage universe. But now, more drone footage. And yeah, that scene of him arc hyper synchro summoning is burned into my brain. And this guy is too, but for different reasons.
Addig kell lecsapnunk rájuk, amíg el nem végzik a feladatukat. A bázisukon már nem...
I understand you can't actually film in a... Oh, God! Alexander! I completely forgot Alexander was even in this! Man, this is even more setting up for the Tamás crossover, we think about it. It's cool that he showed up for a cameo all the same, though.
Vajon melyik fegyver legyen az első, amit kipróbálunk rajtuk?
I understood you couldn't film inside of an actual chapel, so it's green screen. That all makes sense to me. I wish you could have at least cut out the birds. Earthquake. Oh boy. Yep, that was the place. This is the evil corporation that made the Dimension Fusion card. So, yee. Alexander was showing up, was like, oh crap, I completely forgot about you. Like, I remember the guy in the chapel and all that stuff, but I completely forgot about Alexander making a cameo. I don't remember if he comes back and actually plays a major role. Maybe it's just like a cameo to say, hi guys, I exist too. But eh. This does help build up considering the Gary's diary, so it proves it didn't come right out of nowhere, right? The guy in the chapel I don't have many fond memories of, but who knows, maybe he was a better than I remember, you know? And it was cool to see Bella help Gary do hyper sync or something. Again, I wish there was more development on Bella, like, how do you know this? But, like, Riku knowing about the whole Black Tears incident makes a bit more sense than the fact that he was there for that. I mean, he wasn't, it was Ryder controlling, but I could still believe he'd know some of it, but it's still, like, eh. But Bella's like, man, I wish we knew more. I know his family fear the dragons, so odds are they know some about this stuff, but it just feels like, man, I know you, again, you can't explain everything, but still, like, something would have been nice, even if it's just like, well, when my brother Corey found out about the arc, that you had Arc Hyper Legendary, while he and my father ran in fear of it, I learned more about it. So, while I was learning about the thing, that they were behind my father's back, and therefore I know about this sort of stuff. Like, even with just a line like that, then that would leave the question, okay, where did you find the books for that? But it's still something more than, how do you know how to do this? Still, at the very least, it gave Bella a moment in the spotlight other than just losing to Corey again and bringing up the father again, so at least it gave her something unique to do. I'll give credit on that one until the end of time. So it was a nice moment for her, and I do like Bella as a character, and assumingly as a human being, so, yeah. At least she got a moment in the spotlight, so I'll thank Gary for that one and all that jazz. So good work there. And the duel itself was actually pretty well. Again, Bella, that wasn't a loss for Bella. That one ended in no contest. It was a draw at the very least. So draw, Monster Cardo. Put the one on the draw counter. No, I'm kidding. That's an Unleashed thing. That's a different universe. But yeah, it proves that even though Bella again may not be over or taking them at some point or something like that, it still proves that she's able to hold her own. And that was if Gary didn't summon the Archetype or Legendary, which was the point of the entire duel in the first place, I think Bella would have won. Like, no joke. Gary was keeping pace enough, but Bella was still overtaking him. So, I guess it just showed that Gary still has ways of improvement stuff like that. I mean, you don't want the protagonist to be perfect and just the strongest thing ever and all that jazz, but still, I guess it shows that Corey and his family are, at the end of the day, some of the most talented duelists on the planet, even though the father forbids dueling, which is just meh. Although, given the deck he plays, maybe he doesn't hate dueling because he thinks it's evil. Maybe he hates dueling because he's no good at it. I suck at this. It must be evil. We'll get to that when we get to the father duel. I think it's literally the next episode, so we'll worry about that later. Sorry, spoiler. And seeing the whole stuff with Nova and George and Riku was pretty cool too, with the cops and all that jazz. It was an alright duel, you know. It was burn. Seeing him get all pissed off at Pendulum's existence was kind of funny. Just like, how dare you, Pendulum summon? I'll burn your world to the ground too. That's how good of a person I am. I will fix inequality this way. It's unequal that you have pendulums and I don't. Well, I mean, it is kind of, but anyway. Yeah, it just... And the duel itself, again, served the purpose. And he just shows how much of a master he has over his signer mark, whereas Gary is still learning about his. He's got a clear advantage over there. And yeah. So it proves the power of George in this, and while shows the cops is useless. And I'm going to be interested to see where the stuff with the church goes moving forward. With the evil lab. It's cool they brought that stuff back from the dimension explosion and all that jazz, and it's going to be cool to see where that goes in the future. So, all in all, I think this was a darn good episode that I'm glad I checked out, which I say for every episode. But yeah, great work, Gary, and the entire cast. This was a great episode. It's longer than one or two of your movies, I think, or at least my commentary is going to be at this point. So yeah, overall, great episode that I'm glad I checked out. Good work to the entire cast and crew. So, thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all next time. Later.